All right, welcome to another edition of the BS sessions, man. Today I picked the battle, so I'll say we're doing a Led Zeppelin album battle, Zeppelin 1 versus 2, because I hear a lot of people in our groups they go no 1, no 2, no 1. I kind of want to let's see track by track if we could figure this out or not. People will still disagree whatever we pick anyways. But then we got our my wonderful co-host there, Big Sexy. What's up, brother?
What's going on, guys?
Going on,
Good,
man?
awesome topic. You know, when it comes to Led Zeppelin, I'm always down for talking about Zeppelin. So good pick, Mark.
No problem, man. Well, I knew you'd like it. But our guest, I guess I'm doing it. We got Al Horta and Andy Rodriguez, both from BlackSpinner Circle Podcast, and Al Horta from Be Cool or Be Podcast Out. Like Jerry says, one of the best freaking names ever. Especially it's a Rush thing there, man. But you guys, I love your show. BlackSpinner Circle is really good. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. And just wanted to let you know I was fooling around with your 3 shots down, getting it on other platforms yesterday.
Right.
Jerry just needs to okay the Apple because they are approving it, and you got to go back and say launch or whatever. You
are helping us.
You guys are on Amazon Music now. I checked, and you're on Podchaser. So Podchaser, go claim your podcast. Because they ask you if you're the owner, is this your podcast? You can claim it.
Yeah.
Congratulations on.
I didn't get an email on that. I think you said I get an email on that.
I thought they'd give you an email, but if not, I could go check after the show for you. But you need to give me your password again because it changed, and give me the code when they go through. Apple's really good at that. But let's get into the BS, man. I got some stuff. It's pretty fucking cool. I think we talked about Don Dokken saying that he wrote all the shit, and the other two, he wishes he regretted that and shit. And then Jeff Pilson, a guy who really never talks about shit, he actually ripped Don Dokken's desperate and weak claim that Dokken frontman wrote a lot of the band's biggest songs, man. So I'll start with you, Andy.
Yeah, first of all, I would believe Jeff Pilson over Don Dokken any day, for sure, But the way that I always viewed Dokken when I was a kid was that I say when I was a kid because that's when I started listening to them. They were like an all for one and one for all kind of band, That's the way you kind of feel about a lot of these bands until you find out about all the business and dirty shit that goes on in bands. So, I don't, I don't believe that Don Dokken wrote all the big hits, even if he did, you still needed a great band to make these songs come alive. Songs are nothing without the band being there. So, I hate it when like 30 years later claims are made and, so that's how I feel about that.
What do you think about it, Al?
To expand on what Andy's saying, for me, the proof is look at Dokken's first album, Breaking the Chains, which I believe that Don wrote that whole album because he didn't really have the band in there yet to really record the songs and write. I believe that he probably wrote about 100% of that album. But then jump ahead next to Tooth and Nail. Look at the quality jump now that George Lynch, Jeff Pilson, everybody's a unit in there. And to me, that's all the proof you need, man. I think it was a collaborative effort. I think all of them, come on, man. I don't think Don Dokken came up with all those riffs. It was George, man, and Jeff and all that had an input in writing and all that stuff. So that's what I'm going with. Again, it's a band that we don't know the inner workings of, we weren't there in the recording studio. We weren't there in the writing sessions. So who knows who's telling the truth? But just looking at, from my perspective, looking at the albums, look for album 1 to album 2, and look at the quality jump of those 2 albums. And because Breaking the Chains isn't really all that. There's a couple good songs on there, but I never really considered that a great debut album. It wasn't until Tooth and Nail that they really nailed it. No pun intended. But that's the fucking album. It's just killer compared to the first one. And look at the writing credits in there. So that's all I gotta say on that. I think I think Don is just, I don't know what's going on with him, bro. I think he's just trying to rewrite a little history there, so a little revisionism going on. So that's my take on that.
All right, I'll let Jerry go last, but Pilsen said that's bullshit, total bullshit. He did not write all the records, no freaking way. He is a valuable contributor, and he wrote much of, like, In My Dreams. He came in with the chorus, and that chorus is great, but he had nothing to do with It's Not Love, or nothing to do with Unchained at Night, pretty much nothing to do with Lightning Strikes Again. He did not write the whole record. He did not have a lot to do with it, as he should, but to say he wrote the whole thing, that's absolute bullshit, and he knows deep down inside. It sounds like he's trying to stir up some shit because he has a new album out. So
I think that's the way it is nowadays, man. Just cause controversy just to promote something new, man.
Yeah.
That's why Ace is probably talking all this shit now.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It just sounds like some of these people are just vying for attention nowadays, man. I don't know who to believe because I wasn't there, so I would just be. What always amazes me about who gets the songwriting credit, because if you think about it, if a singer brings a song, he doesn't write the guitar solo, this and that, but he still gets credit for the song. I mean, whether he just brings the main riff. I mean, how do they determine who gets the song credit? You know what I mean?
You can hum a guitar riff and get credit for writing the riff.
Take like I don't know, John Deacon, another one of Bites the Dust. He didn't write the guitar solo for Brian May to play in it. You know what I mean? So, but John Deacon's the only one with the writing credit on it. So it's
I don't think a guitar solo counts as a writing credit though. Just like a drum part doesn't count as writing credit.
That's what I'm worried about. When does that start? The root.
It's the melodies. Riff? It's the melodies, the riffs. That's the thing that gets you songwriting credits. A guitar solo doesn't really count. It's just the way it is, man. It's just so basically
just the meat of the song basically is responsible for the song, or the core part of the, okay. I got it. Yeah, I always wondered that, because it's like, some of these songs, you got some kick-ass 2 or 3 minute guitar solos, and they weren't written by the guy that that wrote the song. He doesn't have any song credits for it. It's just weird how that works.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty cool how all their songs always have all 4 members as songwriters.
That's probably just the agreement that they had at the brand from the beginning, and
it should be. And
take an example of Rush. It was always, the credits were always like music by Leon Lifeson, lyrics by Peart. That was always there. There was the exception in the early days where Geddy may have wrote a lyric to a song, or even Alex had written a lyric to a song or two. And then probably pretty much from like A Farewell to the Kings or Hemispheres on, it was pretty much Lee Lifeson music, lyrics Peart. That's how they split it. And with them, they had that agreement right from the beginning. They split it 3 ways, and that's it. No matter what. And
Van
I think
Halen used to have that too.
And I think that's why they lasted all those years without like breaking up and lawsuits and all that stuff that all these bands get into, because they had that agreement and they stuck to it.
Yeah.
There's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. It's like, ain't nobody gonna show Neil Peart what to play. You know what I mean? He's just you know what I mean? I mean, his style, man, you can't tell him what
Nick Raskolinix did. And Neil gave him a conductor's wand on Clockwork Angel.
But you know what I mean. I'm just saying. It's amazing.
But
the whole thing with Geddy and Alex, when they wrote, they wrote to like they would have a drum machine and they would write to drum, and then when they presented Neil the song, Neil would just build on that. You know what I mean? And I mean, you're talking about like somebody that was just like different. That's a special communication between those guys. Not every, Peart was a very musical drummer. Like he actually, I mean, when you listen to his drum parts, there's actually, you could pick out actual melody in his drum parts, dude. I mean, that's what separated a lot from him from a lot of just other drummers. He wasn't a drummer, he was a percussionist. Yeah. So that's the main difference. You know what I mean? So we could talk about Rush forever, man. I mean,
I like how you said that, because people ask me, who's your favorite drummer? Well, my favorite percussionist is Stuart Copeland and Neil Peart. Those are the two.
They were really percussionists.
They were really percussionists, man. But man, Van Halen got all 4 of them got credit for that until they axed Michael Anthony for the 2004 tour. they made him renege.
Well, they did
himself.
that earlier with even for the 1984 album. Like after that, like
Damn.
yeah, they fucked him over.
Yeah, so then we get into you guys brought up John Deacon. Brian May came up and said he's never really liked Under Pressure, but he didn't want to say anything because he didn't want to start a fight in the studio. And he said John Deacon was really pissed off at David Bowie for saying, "Hey, play the bass like this." He goes, "I'm the fucking bass player. Don't tell me how to play in my band." So what do you think about that, Jerry?
That's weird because he's considered the quiet guy of the band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love that song, but I can see where it could not be a typical Queen song. So I understand what Brian's talking about, but I'm sure he didn't mind cashing in the paycheck from that song. It's one of their biggest hits. So
Yeah.
I think they still play it, don't they?
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Even with the new guy. What's his name? What the fuck's his name?
Somebody.
Adam
Adam
Lambert.
Lambert.
Yeah.
Adam
Adam
Lambert.
Lambert.
Yeah. So any thoughts on that, Andy?
Well, first of all, Under Pressure is my favorite Queen song. I'm not the biggest Queen fan. I bought Queen 2 and Sheer Heart Attack.
Two great.
The two best albums.
Yeah.
Both of them I fell asleep on.
Queen won.
I think they're the most overproduced, overhyped band I've ever heard.
My favorite's the first three albums.
Yeah.
Queen 1, 2, and Sheer Heart Attack. That's when they were a kick-ass heavy rock band before they got into all the kind of Broadway kind of schmaltzy.
Well, News of the World was pretty hard with Get Down, Make Love and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I know. No, they still. I'm not saying the albums after Sheer Heart Attack are shitty. They're great, still great albums, but like that's when the whole kind of like Freddie really started bringing that operatic stuff. Really, the whole kind of Broadway-ish into a few songs. They still had their heavy songs on there too. But to me, man, I mean, Queen 2 is my favorite Queen album. That's my favorite one, man. Sheer Heart Attack is probably my second, and the first one's my third. I mean, and then after that, it kind of, you know, I love those albums too. But those first three, man, when they were just a kick-ass heavy rock band, dude, that just for fucking, I mean, they were heavy, dude. They had shit that could rival Sabbath in heaviness, man. You know,
King
those
Rat,
yeah,
Keep Yourself Alive.
yeah.
Pretty
So,
shit, man.
I guess it just doesn't hit me at all. So, but
no, it doesn't, man. I'm not the hugest Queen fan either, actually.
Yeah, but Under Pressure is my favorite song.
But
by
they
them.
pulled,
I
they
really
pulled,
like the way that Bowie and Mercury both go back and forth. Now, I do respect Mercury for his vocals. I think his vocals are fantastic, but I do like Brian May's guitar a lot. I really do. But man, sometimes I could be hearing a Queen song. It's like, how long is this song? I was like, no, for real. I'm like, this has only been 4 minutes long. My God, I fell asleep like twice already.
That's a band that you got to go past their hits, man. You got to go deep in their albums to really get like the best stuff, man.
Yeah,
seriously.
I just can't. Maybe one day I will, but right now they're at the bottom of the barrel for me.
Sleeping on the Sidewalk, man. Check that song out. Great fucking song with Brian May singing. I love that fucking song. But man, but the thing is, David Bowie telling John Deacon how to write a bass line, and that is like one of the most iconic bass lines that Queen's ever did. That one and Another One Bites the Dust. It's
just
like,
ask Vanilla Ice.
It's like, yeah, you just took my joke away. Thanks, man. Fucking Scribble's like going, fuck you guys. Vanilla rules. But man, let's get to the elephant in the room, because the nominees for the 2024 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has been let loose. And I'll go first, because I think it's funny after the one dude gets out of there and him and Mick Jones had a fucking fallout. You'll never be in a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, and Wiener told that to Mick Jones, and they used to be friends and hung out with the families, and they had a fallout somehow. But the first year that he isn't involved with it, Foreigner gets fucking nominated. And Mary J. Blige, Mariah Carey, Cher, Dave Matthews Band, Eric B. and Rakim, Peter Frampton, Jane's Addiction, Kool and the Gang, Lenny Kravitz, Oasis. Somebody's happy about that one. Sinead O'Connor. He's probably pissed though. Ozzy Osbourne, Sade, and A Tribe Called Quest. I'll go with you, Al.
Just about like the nomination or who I want.
What do you think about it? What do you think about Foreigner
think-
like finally getting nominated once he's gone.
I think it's long overdue. I think it's deserved. They're not in. They're nominated, but I think it's good that they're nominated. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, man. Like these guys are not getting any younger, man. I mean, Mick Jones is. I think he's pushing almost. He's going to be 80 this year, actually. Lou Graham is up there. I think he's like 74 or 75, mid 70s, and they got to induct. If they're going to induct these bands, they got to go induct some of these older artists in, man. When a band reaches the 25th year point, like their first album, they don't have to get in right away, man. I don't know. I think they should get some of the older guys in, so that if they do get inducted, they can at least enjoy it. If they want to get in. And I heard Lou Graham is pretty excited to be nominated. So I don't know. I think it's cool. I think there's some good inductees this year and nominations. I mean, so we'll see what happens, man.
A lot more
like to
rockers
see-
than last year.
I'd like to see Foreigner get in, man.
I would too.
And
Yeah, I
Peter
think
Frampton, Peter Frampton
and
and Foreigner are really deserving because Peter Frampton, come on, man, he had the biggest selling live album of all time. He was a member of Humble Pie, which is awesome. I love them, and I mean, they're both. He deserves to be in too, man. And he's having health problems too, so. So
Well, it's
it'd be
like-
nice to see.
It's like Chris Squire and John Lord got in after they died. That kind of
course.
sucked,
because they got their heads up their asses, but.
Yeah.
Again, I'm indifferent on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It doesn't really matter to me anymore. I mean, it's nice, but
Maybe it's going to start changing with new leadership. You don't have that fucking cocksucker Jan Wiener running it anymore, Mr. Rolling Stone.
yeah, it's funny that you brought that up. That as soon as he gets outed from the hall, from there, and Foreigner gets nominated right away, which is cool, man. I mean, it shows the bias that he had against them.
Yeah.
That is so rock and roll right there.
Yeah.
It really is.
What do you think about the nominees, Andy?
Well, y'all know me. I love the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but I have changed my stance on Foreigner. I think they deserve to get in. I really do. There's a couple of them that, they need to keep this rock and roll. As much as I like Mariah Carey, she don't belong there, man. She just doesn't. And neither does Mary J. Blige. I think the ones that I would vote in to go in would be Foreigner. I was surprised to see Peter Frampton's not in there. Jesus Christ, that should have been a long time ago for Peter Frampton. Long time ago. And I forgot some of the other nominees. I think Lenny Kravitz should go in there, but maybe not right away, because he really does play a lot of different genres that make rock and roll.
Yeah.
You can throw on a Lenny Kravitz album and hear blues, a little bit of light jazz, some rock, some.
Listen to Are You Gonna Go My Way and Circus. God
Yeah.
dang, those are two different albums, man.
Two great albums.
Circus is my favorite. That's
So,
more rock metal to me.
So I would put Lenny Kravitz in there. I would not put Oasis in there. That's one that I would leave out. So I forgot the nominees. Can you go through the rock ones, please?
Okay, you got Ozzy Osbourne. You
Oh, I'm
got
sorry. Oh my God, Ozzy. Yes, of course.
Jane's Addiction. Dave Matthews Band. They're kind of rock. They're just like
I
light
love
rock.
I love
James.
Dave Matthews.
I think James Addictions is deserving. They really kind of
Yeah.
started that whole alternative thing before it was even called alternative.
Tribe
It was
Called
heavy
Quest
alternative,
isn't rock, are they? I don't know them. I know
They're
them.
hip hop.
Oh, no, they're
Yeah.
rap. Hip-hop.
But the one thing about Tribe Called Quest, and I love our Tribe Called Quest,
Me
they
too.
infused a lot of jazzy elements into there. They weren't like I don't know. I just love their style of hip hop. It's got a lot of jazzy elements, just kind of like really cool like elements to there. It's not like hardcore rap, but it's still kind of funky and jazzy, and it's really cool. I mean, are they deserving to go in Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? That's debatable. Whatever, dude. it's to the point now where it's like they've inducted hip hop artists. So, I mean, they were pretty groundbreaking actually. Like they brought a whole new style of hip hop that into the '90s. So, I mean,
They also brought back the attention back to the New York side of rap.
yeah, New York side,
After,
yes.
Yeah, after California had taken over, a Tribe Called Quest kind of pulled it back to the Bronx and Queens, which is where they're usually from, and Harlem. But yeah, I'm a big Tribe Called Quest fan. But again, it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so I'm kind of indifferent about that. I would put Dave Matthews in there. Dave Matthews has done a lot in rock music. He's also part of Farm Aid, and he has been for several years.
I like the first two albums.
Yeah, the first two albums are good.
Yeah,
and then they started all those live albums, just a la Pearl Jam.
They turned into Grateful Dead to me, though.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
They have that jam band element.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like that.
The Black Crowes did that too with Beyond the Frost or whatever shit. They did jam band. Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about this. I'm glad that Ozzy's going to go in as a shoe-in, I believe, for his work as a solo.
I don't know.
We'll see.
I think so.
I think he deserves to go in as a solo artist. I mean, he was huge. He was just on those first two albums alone, but I mean, throughout all the '80s into the '90s, I mean, he was just the biggest heavy metal guy of all time, dude. Like,
he was the leader of a whole genre.
Yeah,
they're in the '80s, and then he was even just as successful going into the '90s.
Yep.
So he very much deserves to be on there. So that's my take.
Well, I'm talking to Richie Blackmore, and I'm talking to fucking Metallica. You guys are part of the board. You guys vote for fucking the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Get some fucking Dio in there, bitches. You love Dio. Fucking get Dio in the fucking.
I think Dio's deserving too, man.
Dio should be in there. That is a fucking travesty that we don't have Ronnie James Dio in the fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah. Jerry, what do you think?
Well, I'll pretend for a minute that I care about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I think it's getting better, Jerry. I think it's turning a corner.
The cool thing about Foreigner, if they do get in, it would definitely clear the way for one of my favorite bands, Styx, eventually making it in a couple of years. And the only reason I'm happy about that is I maybe get to see them play with. I really get to see them play with Dennis again, which would be awesome to see them perform with the surviving original members. So that would be cool. Eric B and Rakim, that's kind of interesting. But
I as a hip hop fan, I think they're awesome, and I think
I'm not saying anything bad about them.
For me, Rakim is the greatest MC of all time. Lyrically, lyrically, his tone of his delivery, his voice, to me, he's the top of the mountain, man. That's for me. All right, but we're talking about hip hop, so go ahead. You don't.
Oasis, if Oasis actually accepted the invitation to come, there's a fucking fiasco ready to happen there when they hit the stage. I guarantee it.
If they go
other
on
than
stage.
that, I don't Ozzy, yeah, sure. He should be in the Hall of Fame, I guess. Mariah Carey, typical, she belongs. Dave Matthews, I like one song from him. Don't Drink the Water, I think it's called, something like that.
I love Ants Marching.
He's a perfect example of a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band, in my opinion. Jane's Addiction's always been kind of weird. I don't know. I never really cared for Perry Farrell too much, but
Porno for Pyro is awesome.
Like I said, whatever with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But the only thing I said that I liked about it in the past is maybe we get to see these bands reunite and do a couple of songs together. And that's the really thing I like about it. So, and maybe that'll happen with Styx someday, hopefully. So, other than that, I really care less.
Maybe Kansas?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, well, that'd be cool. But I'm just going to say, Jane's Addiction, Jerry, I just want to ask you a question. Is it because of Perry's vocals you don't like? But that is a killer backing band. You got Dave Navarro, you got a great drummer and bassist in that band.
The first song I was introduced to them was Been Caught Stealing, and I've hated them ever since. 3
days off that album.
That and Jane Says were the two first songs I heard from them. I'm like, boy, These guys suck.
Their
Sorry.
epic songs are the best, though. Their long songs, god damn.
He's a dude. He's a dude that did that. He started the Lollapalooza, right?
Yeah, he started
Yeah.
Lollapalooza. Yeah,
I
Yeah,
love
okay.
Jane. I love Jane Says. Absolutely love it.
I
Great
love
song.
3. I think 3 Days is my favorite. Freaking Jane's Addiction song. I just fucking love that track. But we got some other news here. What do we got? I like to get Al on record on this because he's pretty funny when I posted this. Foreigner's Jeff Pilson, farewell tour doesn't mean we're going away, Al.
The historic farewell tour that just keeps going on and on and on and on. There's no fucking nobody does a farewell tour anymore, dude. It's so funny how last year there was built a historic farewell tour, and all of a sudden, like 2024, oh yeah, man, we're going out with who are they playing with? Styx? Is that who they're playing with?
They're playing with Styx and John Waite.
Yeah. So it just continues on. They're never going to go away. You know, it doesn't matter now because there's no original members playing in live anymore. Even Mick Jones doesn't play live with them anymore. So they're the benchmark band. That's the band that's going to influence other bands. That hey, there doesn't need to be. I'm telling you, man, it's going to become. These bands are going to morph into just touring entities that are just going to go on and on forever playing these songs, man.
Didn't that one band, Ricky Medlock, his Blackfoot morphed into him not in there?
Yeah, he oversees them.
Yeah,
you know, but he doesn't even tour with them. He's got Skennard. You know.
Hey,
so
hey, can I interject something real quickly though?
Go for it.
Since Foreigner is going on and on and on without any original members, I think that if they do get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I think it should only be the members that recorded the first 4 albums.
They are.
It is.
It's the original. It's the original members.
Yeah,
5 or 6 or whatever.
Yeah, what's his name? Only Kelly only did 1 album with them and a freaking acoustic album. And basically,
I think I read something that Jeff Pilson. Jeff Pilson, yeah. He said Jeff Pilson, I think.
They had nothing to do with the building of that band, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, even Jeff Pilson said he was fine with not being, part of it.
Yeah, even Kelly said that too. He says this band needs to be in. I know I'm not getting in, but they need to get in. So they're all pushing for it.
I just want to get that clear because sometimes they let so many of these guys in that had nothing to do with the success of why they got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's like a perfect example, Kiss. Only the four original members, I believe, should be in there.
I would have put Eric Carr in there and Eric Singer.
Why?
Nah, the first
What
6
about
studio albums.
Kulick was on a lot of albums, man.
The first 6 studio albums.
Why are we talking about Kiss?
But that's why they're not. Yeah, but that's not why they're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because of the original members with the original.
Why does the
album.
Chili Peppers get every single guitarist and every single drummer in there?
Exactly.
Because they don't know what the fuck they're doing, man.
Yeah,
And
I disagree with.
Pearl Jam's original drummer doesn't even make it.
Right.
It's fucking stupid.
You see, that's what I'm talking about. It's got to be the
It's all over the place. It's all over
insane. Maybe those bands had more clout than Kiss in the Rock and Roll Fame. They said, we're putting in everybody or we're not going. And
Kiss got in there reluctantly, man. They reluctantly put them in there. They did not want them in there. Jan Wenner did not want them in there, but I think it was Tom Morello that really fucking pushed to get them in there. So, that's why, dude. Then they were just like, fuck it. We're only putting the original 4 guys in. That's it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons want, the newer guys to get in there, but like that, they have nothing to do with fucking the building of that band.
Just think if Tommy Thayer got in there, it would have been a war on Facebook.
Oh my god,
dude! Fuck this shit! Fuck it! I hate the whole thing. What the fuck is that fucker doing?
I don't know. I'm seeing a lot of support for Tommy now and a lot of hate for Ace now. All of a sudden, I don't know what's going on here. Things are changing.
Isn't it funny how people flip, bro?
Really, it's because Ace is actually fucking saying his piece now. He's saying what he feels.
Yeah, but thing is that just like Al said, because you're starting to hear, oh well, Brady rules and Patrick Mahomes sucks now. You're like, everybody hated Brady back in the day, and now everyone's bringing him up as being the GOAT. You're like,
Well,
okay, I mean,
that's
which one
fucking
is it?
idiots who don't know football, like Eric Arms P. Jordan, dude. You don't know football, dude. You don't know that Brady was coddled his whole career, and they changed the rules for that motherfucker
Well, I don't
to
know.
fucking protect his
I don't.
ass.
I don't know about coddled. I wouldn't say that.
He after he went out that whole season, they changed the rule on you can't hit a quarterback low anymore. So they
That
changed
dude
the
took some
tuck rule was for him too. God damn.
But that dude took some hits, big time.
But not like Joe
Big time
Montana or
Oh
fucking
my
Chris
God,
Sims.
Joe Montana. Who
I'm
gives a shit?
I'm bringing up Phil Sims. Fucking who was the quarterback? The thing. Troy Aikman got hit a lot too, man.
Yeah.
You know, in the first Super Bowl, he was knocked the fuck out and he doesn't remember it. He got a concussion.
Well, and these quarterbacks nowadays, they're fucking big dudes. They're not little dudes anymore, man. I mean,
Yeah.
they get coddled so much. I mean, Josh Allen's like bigger than fucking half the fullbacks.
They changed the rules for Josh Allen too because he couldn't make a comeback. You know, the fucking overtime rules. No, that they changed the rules because of that Kansas City Buffalo game where Mahomes went in and scored and Josh didn't get a chance to go next. So they were kind of pissed off about that.
Well, they should implement that for the whole season.
Yeah,
That
I don't
each
like these
team-
different rules for the
That
postseason.
each team should be allowed to touch the ball.
Yeah, and I'm hating what I'm reading about the 49ers not knowing the rules.
Well, Shanahan
was
said
horrible.
that was bullshit. He came out the next day about that.
Well,
I mean,
everybody
it made no sense for them to accept the kickoff.
Well, that was his fault on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Super Bowl. Since we're already here, right?
I don't want to talk about the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, man. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. Don't ever call me a 49er whiner. I go off on you guys for thinking it was a good game. You guys are idiots. It wasn't a good game. We lost. So, yeah, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not a hater. I only hate Eagles and most Cowboy fans. Not you, Al. You're away from that. But Nate is getting on my nerves right now.
He's just doing that to get under your skin, dude.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I love him though.
More importantly, my heart goes out to the people in Kansas City. You got that parade, dude. That's just a bad time for. I mean, it's just shit like that's getting too commonplace nowadays, man.
that's horrible.
Bad. I'm not trying to be political or anything, but something needs to be done.
So,
Nothing's ever going to happen.
No,
so Jerry, what'd you think about the Super Bowl, man?
I mean, it was a great game. I mean, there was some. I thought it was a very cleanly called game.
Yep.
It's
I think there were a couple.
weird that
There were a couple holds that should have been called on both teams. If you look on both teams, they got away with little holdings, so it wasn't just the Niners. But yeah, I mean, it just sucked. I mean, they're the dynasty. The Chiefs are this time. So, what can you do? So, as always, next year, go team. I got my 49er balloons still back there. If anybody wants
I think the Chiefs are going to be better than the Patriots. That's just me. I think Patrick Mahomes is a far more superior quarterback than Brady because he does more stuff with the ball than I've seen Brady. Brady can't run like Patrick. Brady's got more tools than Patrick. Brady,
all I can say, he's off to a good start. He's off to a good start. That's all I can say.
He's off to a good start. We'll see what happens. Injuries could take him out of it. You never know, man. What do you? Well, I see you shaking your head over there, Andy. So, what do you think about the Super Bowl?
Why we have to compare so much. It's ridiculous. Why can't we just enjoy this Patrick Mahomes? Why do we have to be comparing him to Brady?
I wasn't comparing him. I said I think he's going to be just as good as Brady getting those Super Bowls. That's what I said.
That's comparing.
Yeah. I think he has a little bit more tools than Brady, but we'll see.
Well, yeah, we'll see. But even if he does win, Golly, do you think he can win 5 more Super Bowls?
I think he can. He's pretty young, man. He's only 28.
Yeah, 28. Yeah,
5 more. Wow, that's a big feat. People think it's easy, but it's not. It's hard to do that. You got to have the. I mean, it's hard to say the perfect season because the Chiefs did not have the perfect season.
No.
The Chiefs had a tough season where there were questions if they were even going to make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, the defense. The defense is going to be taking a lot of hits this year for because a lot of free agents on their defensive side. So we'll see how they handle that. And they're pretty salary cap strapped right now. So Gonna need to do some maneuvering to get these people like Chris Jones and Snead, those guys signed.
Yeah, but I do like Patrick Mahomes, and we'll see if he can surpass Brady. But there were years that I hated to watch Brady, and I just learned to give up and watch him play. And that's the way I am with Patrick Mahomes. I'm just gonna enjoy and watch him play and see what he can do. And every other great NFL player that plays, I just want to enjoy watching them play. And I know the 49ers lost, but Brock Purdy played a really, really good game. He really did.
I think
Yeah,
he did
I
too.
think Shanahan's gameplay was too safe.
Again, he should have went for it on 4th and 4. You don't give the ball back to fucking Mahomes in overtime. Try to get that touchdown. At least you pin them inside the 20-yard line. If you don't make it, you got more room because they kicked it off and they got past the 25 on that kickoff after the field goal. So they would have been better field position if they would have left them there if they didn't make it. That's just my opinion.
They totally stopped running the ball.
Totally. God, totally.
Well, at
Big
the
time.
end, they were running the ball.
Yeah, true, but I mean,
But why
they
are teams doing that? The Ravens did the same shit.
I don't know.
I mean,
I always believe you guys stick with what you got you there. You know what I mean? So I don't
Yeah.
know. But
there was a big point in the game in the third quarter where the Niners were winning and they had to kill some clock time, and they were not running the ball. They got the ball and they had it for less than 50 seconds before they had to punt it back.
That's unlike Shanahan.
Sound familiar, Shanahan?
Yeah, very familiar.
So, Al, any thoughts on the Super Bowl football season?
No, I thought the Super Bowl was a great game, man. Very entertaining, the way a Super Bowl should be, and I'm happy with. I mean, I really didn't have a favorite. Really, I just wanted it to be a good game, my expectations were. It exceeded my expectations of how good of a game it was. So it was, man. That second half was a killer fucking game, dude. You can't deny it, dude. So.
And only 25 seconds of Taylor. That's all they showed of her during the game.
My wife was watching the Super Bowl with me, and she doesn't watch fucking football, but she complained, why they keep showing Taylor? Why they keep showing Taylor?
She barely did.
Well, no,
I mean, you know what? She was really fucking into her boyfriend winning that game.
I have nothing.
Cheering for her.
I have nothing.
I had no problem with that.
I have no problem with her at all. Do what you want. But my wife complained about it, and I thought it was funny because she never watches football. So I thought that was funny.
I don't think Taylor Swift goes to the game and says, "Put the camera on me."
No, she tells him to keep it off of her. I heard. But let's get to one thing that I don't know if we're all going to agree, but Michael Sweet wrote something I thought was pretty cool. I don't know what you guys think. I need to find my paper because it's out of. Oh, it says Michael Sweet on music. What happened to music? It seems though so many songs coming out lately are mediocre at best, if not absolutely terrible. Yes, they receive millions of downloads, views, comments. What am I missing? Please don't tell me it's because I'm getting old. I've been performing and writing music my entire life. I grew up in a musical family. My relatives are musicians, singers, songwriters. I know good music. Yet so many times I hear a song and I think to myself, why is this acceptable? Again, I'm not being mean. I'm just completely baffled and blown away what's acceptable these days. Of course, I understand whenever has the money, the big machine behind it all to rise to the top. We'll buy whatever we're told to buy, I guess. However, it's just mind-blowing to see some of these songs rise to the top. I really miss the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s when songs were thought out, structured, and well written and well performed. There's an occasional songs that surface that are brilliant and amazing, but it's few and far in between. IMHO, what is going on? What do you think about that, Al?
I tend to agree with a lot of what he said. And it's not just me talking as an older guy. I mean, I try to keep my ear on new music, and you really have to look. I mean, I don't look to the radio for new music anymore, dude, because I think I'm not into like the pop music of nowadays. I think it is very I think it's a lot of it's soulless. you do find an occasional artist and song like that he says that's good, but it's pretty few and far in between. You got to really dig to find anything good. So I agree. I mean, I think the best decades of music are behind us. To be honest with you, everything is so electronic and just manufactured now, and I don't know. It's just uh, I don't know, man. He's right, man. I think yeah, he's in the music business too, so I mean, he knows. You know, that's my opinion on it, man. I'm agreeing with him, man.
Jerry, big sexy.
Well, yeah, it's too easy nowadays. There's no suffering. There's no paying your dues.
Yeah.
All you need is a download an app. You can make a pop song that can fucking, put it on YouTube, and who knows what'll happen. You know what I mean? I mean that fire that these musicians come up with playing in garages and shit. You know what I mean? And just playing an instrument nowadays, I mean, is getting to be a thing of the past. So yeah, I understand what he's saying, but I don't think it's like this all over the world. Though. I just think it's the United States mostly. I think there's a lot of good rock and metal, especially like in South America and Europe. I think there's a lot of
Yeah, I was just gonna add that too, just not to cut you off, but yeah, looking in the United States, because a lot around the world, man, it's very different. I don't know. The States is just like they really want like empty calories, as I call it. You know what I mean? And I think just Europe and South America and all day, I think they just appreciate music a whole lot more than the disposable stuff. I think they really, I mean, not just talking about hard rock and metal. I mean, they're really into that stuff, but I mean, it's just there's artistry and like things that they do and shit. And fucking over here, it's just like it's the TikTok world, man. It's just like I want to, like you said, man. You have a laptop at home, you can make a fucking song and put it out on YouTube, and you can get lucky and get go viral and whatever. That's my interjection. Sorry, Jerry. Go ahead, man.
No, I mean that's it fits into what I was saying. I mean, take a band like there's a rock band that can play a club here, go to South America and play at least a full packed arena or even possibly a stadium. It's amazing.
Extreme, Mr. Big.
There you go. Perfect example right there. They're playing like stadiums, aren't they, down there?
Yeah.
And just they can fucking do what
in Japan
arena here.
Like Alter Bridge is an arena band in like Europe. Over here they don't play arenas.
Yeah. That's one of the best bands I've ever seen live. Alter Bridge is fucking amazing. Really.
So although it may be dire here in the States, I don't think it's the true around the world. So but
America's kind of always been like this though. It's like what
have America was always a country bands wanted to make it in to make it. You know what I mean? But
you didn't make it unless you made it in America, really.
Exactly. So I don't know how that is nowadays. There's bands in Europe I listen to, and the bands that are from Europe. There's this band Eloise, a French like industrial band I follow. They just can't afford to play in the States. They can't afford to bring over all these bands. They just can't afford it. So
Anthrax can't afford to play Europe right now.
That's what I mean. It's like seems to be vice versa.
Yeah, vice versa.
Economy,
I mean, it's the way it's been going this way for a while now. So it's not like it's nothing new, Michael. It's been happening for 20 years, probably longer than 20 years. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's been pop type music. MTV, I guess.
Don't get me started about MTV.
You can blame MTV.
Well, MTV and the record companies got together and said, let's make boy bands big and stop playing rock bands in the 2000s. Fucking
it's all money, dude. Money.
Britney Spears and all this shit. And they changed Dial MTV to fucking Carson Daly's Total Request Live. It's fucking because of fucking Dial MTV, you got bands like Striper and stuff that MTV wouldn't play because Striper didn't get on. They wouldn't play their videos because they were Christian. And then the fans got them on there with Calling on You, we had that shit, now MTV went to this, they did a sea change with grunge and just said, fuck this shit. We don't want to do this anymore. And just killed music, killed other bands. I don't know why they couldn't play everything. That always pissed me off. Why can't you play this and this and just make it a mishmash and let the people decide what they want to hear? But you don't do that because TRL was totally fixed to get all those boy and pop bands in there. I do believe that.
But there is good rock and roll here in America still. If you look for it, it's there.
There is.
Well, that's the beauty. See, everybody blames the internet. Yeah, the internet has its cons, but it also has its pros. I mean, I've discovered so much great
Me
music
too.
through the internet, man, that you couldn't back in the day. You had when you went to a record store, you had $20 in your pocket. You could maybe get 2 albums, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever, and you had to really pick and choose. Now, of course, I know albums don't sell like the way they used to, but damn, man, you have fucking shit at your fingertips, man. Yeah, man, I never heard like for example, I don't know, the band that opened up for Pantera and Lamb of God, the band Nest, Nest. I never heard of them before. I got to the venue actually late when I went to go see Pantera. I got there in time to see Lamb of God and Pantera. Lamb of God, I'm not a fan of anyway, but I pulled up that band Nest and I was like, wow, these guys are really good. It's like two guys from like Finland or something like that. And it's very much more ambient kind of, if you're into like Pink Floyd and shit like that, I mean, this would be right up your alley, dude. So
Oh,
real
shit, I have to
ambient
check them out. What's the name
kind
again?
of Nest, Nest, like a bird's nest.
Gotcha.
They're out of Finland, I believe. It's two guys, and they have a couple albums out, and just check them out, man. It's not metal or anything. It's not hard or anything. But dude, I was going to work in the morning after the concert, and I have almost an hour ride to work, so I just threw on one of their albums, man, and and I go to work early enough where it's still dark out, so. Just that one ride on the highway, man, and he listening kind of this ambient music. It was really like almost soothing and like, it was really like it was perfect for the ride, man. You know what I mean? So I discovered them because Phil Anselmo put them on the tour. That was definitely a Phil thing because he was wearing a Nest shirt, during the show. So he's definitely it's got to be his influence, and he picked that band. So again, going back to like the internet, man, I've discovered so much music that I normally would have never even like had a chance to listen to. And there's albums that you can't even find anymore. At least you can pull them up on YouTube and listen to albums and shit like that. So that's my take on it. So and internet, it's a double-edged sword, man. But listen, man, it's the way it is. You got to evolve with the times, man. Just go with it. So.
Andy, what do you think about what Michael said?
Oh yeah, I totally agree with Michael Sweet.
Yeah.
Even though we know, us music lovers know that there's great rock and roll music out there. It's what on February 15th, 2024, and I've already got 12 albums that were released in 2024 that I still need to get to, and there's really good stuff out there. But that's because we love music. Now let's get to the popular choices. There's so much stuff that the media force feeds us, and that's not good at all.
Nope.
It's not even close. And these people get millions of downloads, and I go to see what the hype's all about because I'm curious because I love music. I was like, are you kidding me? This is not good. It's like there was a really good album that was released probably a couple of weeks ago by Tracy Guns and Jack Russell.
Yeah.
It's a great album called
Medusa.
It's great, but it's not going to get the proper recognition that it should. It's just not, and it's a shame because it's a really good hard rock album.
But
Yeah.
But those guys are pretty old though. I want
but
some
still,
newer bands to come out with some stuff because we know the Great Whites, we know the LA Guns, but I want like bands like the Dust Coda or Dirty Honey to like start taking the reins, from these old bands that are going to die out,
But they're not good enough to take the reins though.
No.
Alter Bridge is.
Yeah.
No.
I can see what you're saying. I'm not a big fan of theirs, but they have a big following, and they should be bigger in America from that following, but they're not. And it's all media. Media controls it all. If they don't like those guys, they're not going to make it.
I think Wolfgang too, man. I think Wolfgang's put out 2 solid albums.
But Ice Spice is going to make it for the next 2 years.
God damn.
And then they'll find somebody new.
I saw her on Saturday Night Live a few weeks ago.
You ain't nothing
the most boring shit in the world. I mean, I'm not making fun of it. There's some good pop that I like, but holy crap, this is just lame, auto-tuned, soulless crap, man. I don't
and
get
they make it sound like it's so important, and it's not.
Not.
You're nothing but a fart, Jerry.
there's like 5 or 6 words to the whole fucking song.
Yeah.
Most of the time. It's like,
Fucking Beyonce single ladies, 12 songwriters and like fucking
12
one verse
songwriters.
and one chorus.
And it's not because we're old guys. That's got nothing to do with it. Because they're saying, oh, y'all, just a bunch of old guys. Y'all. It sucks. It sucks. Plain and simple.
Sorry, we had an attention span back in the day. You kids out there, there's a lot of kids that like good shit. Joseph Staub, 23 years old. That guy knows shit that I don't even know about. And he fucking impresses the fuck out of me. I go to him, hey, what do you think I should listen to, Joseph? Because that guy turns me on to shit I missed. You know, fucking there's a lot of young people who like good music right now, man.
Yeah, it's Joe knows his shit, dude. He's a good dude, man, with music.
Yeah.
I love having him on our show.
He's really
but
cool,
there's
dude.
not going to be another Mariah Carey in pop music. There's not. Because these pop singers, they last for a year or two. They move on to the next big thing that they shove down our throats over and over. They just recycle it and recycle it. Now Beyonce's coming out with a country album. Why? I have no idea.
Well, listen, man, you could trace pop music all the way back, far, and a lot of it was always disposable anyway, man. It really hasn't changed in all these years. It's just magnified because of the internet age. Everything is in your face. Everything is all. But I mean, if you really trace back, there's always been disposable pop.
But stuff that better.
Yeah, what's that?
But it might have been disposable, but it were better songs.
Information. Well, I mean, it wasn't computers writing it. I mean, it was still people that had to play instruments and know how to, now it's like, so computerized and auto-tuned and all. You actually, even though it might have been disposable pop, you actually still had to have talent. And you had to have like a good singing voice. You had to have, some good songwriting ability. Now it's just like Mark was saying, Beyonce, 10 songwriters on a fucking song, dude. It's like, no, and then Jay-Z is like crying that she doesn't have album of the year. Well, there's your reason. You know what I mean? So, you have people writing your albums.
I mean, what she have 35 Grammys, something like that, and she was bitching about not getting that one. I mean,
dude, that's a whole other thing. I mean, dude, it's just the entitlement like some of these people have. It's like, how much more do you want, man?
Exactly.
So
the entitlement.
Both those two could fuck off. I don't care for either one of them.
I'm so sick and fucking tired of them.
Yeah.
I used to like Beyonce before she married Jay-Z, and then she turned into a bitch. That's all I gotta say.
I was never into her music.
Oh, I liked her in the fucking Austin Powers movie. Foxy
Cleopatra. I always thought Kelly Rowland had a better voice, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But
I guess I like that movie with her and her Foxy Cleopatra. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I never liked Destiny's Kids. I just didn't like that.
Destiny's Child.
Destiny's Tots.
Who the fuck is Destiny? All right, man. Let's get through you have anything to say about that, Jerry? Did you already talk
those
about
damn kids?
Yeah. No, I already talked about it.
All right, man. So let's get to what we're doing, Jerry. You're gonna be running the show on this one, buddy. This is all you. You're doing the thing because I get fucked up. You know that. So we're starting with Led Zeppelin versus Led Zeppelin 2, Jerry.
Led Zeppelin 1 versus Led Zeppelin 2. Let's start with Al. The first songs. Wow, this is actually a very good battle to open up with. Good times, bad times, and a whole lot of love. Al.
Well, you know me, like you guys all know my story. I don't prepare for these things. The album battles, I like to go off the cuff, off my instinct. And I mean, this first one, yes, 2 iconic opening songs, but I gotta go with Good Times, Bad Times, man. For me, that's the first song on the first album, Introduce the World of Zeppelin. John Bonham just crushes it on those triplets on the drums, dude. The bass drum that everybody thought was double bass, and it's not. He just had the most killer right foot of all time, one of the most killer right foots of all time. And I don't know, to me, Good Times, Bad Times is just right out of the gate, man. It's just like here we are, we're gonna be the fucking greatest, and boom, Whole Lot of Love is great. Love that song too, but I gotta give it to Good Times, Bad Times on this one, man.
All right, what about you, Andy?
Oh, with me, geez, this was a tough battle already. with the first songs, and I was listening. I love both tracks, but I had to go with Zeppelin 2 on this one because of so much work that was put into that song. There were so many changes. The production work was so much better on that song. You got that suite there in the middle with Jimmy and his guitar and Bonham with his drums just coming in and out and the vocals by Plant, and of course you've got the great John Paul Jones back there filling in all the space. So I'm going to go with Whole Lot of Love off of Zeppelin 2.
What about you, Mark?
Oh man, I'm going with Good Times, Bad Times. Just a fun song, plus gets extra points for the cowbell, man. Come on, man. Cowbell rules. Love Whole Lot of Love, but fuck, Good Times, Bad Times has a better groove to me. I just fucking love Good Times, Bad Times. It's got that flow compared to Whole Lot of Love's a little choppy in points, but it's a great song. It's a great battle, but I go with Good Times, Bad Times.
Yeah. I agree with Al and Mark. I got to go with Good Times, Bad Times. I mean, the hunger the band had in this fucking album was just out of sight. And I love watching the old videos of them touring on this, their first album. They were just so fucking on fire as a band back then. Just incredible.
Can you imagine just imagine just like the audience just seeing them for the first time? Like, who is this band, bro? It's, my mind would have been fucking blown too.
Yeah, like I said, Whole Lot of Love is a fucking great song too. I think they're both recorded completely different. I think Led Zeppelin 2 was recorded mostly on the road, I think, right? And
yeah,
Led Zeppelin 1 was I don't know where. Actually, I don't know where Led Zeppelin 1 was. What was Led Zeppelin 1 recorded? I should know the answer to this.
I have no idea.
Olympic Studios in London.
Engineered
engineered by Glyn Johns, or of course produced by Jimmy Page. Again, Jimmy Page doesn't get nearly enough credit as a producer.
No.
I'm surprised after Zeppelin that he didn't go on to become more of a producer guy, producing other bands. That really surprised the fuck out of me, dude. That actual bands that love Zeppelin and love the sound of their albums didn't seek him out to produce them. But maybe he didn't want to do it. But who knows, man? I just don't. It blows my mind that he just didn't become more of a producer for other bands, man. He could have been considered one of the greatest.
Yeah.
The sound that he got, these albums are just timeless and groundbreaking and just unbelievable, man. So
we got 3-1 on Good Times, Bad Times on that one. So it's song 2, Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You on Zeppelin 1 versus Led Zeppelin 2's What Is and What Should Never Be.
Oof.
Al.
Oh man, that's a tough one, dude. Oh, Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You and What Is and What Should Never Be, right?
Yep.
Oh man. I'm gonna go with What Is and What Should Never Be, Zeppelin 2. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. There's just something about, and Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. Shit, man. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, man. Jimmy Page made an acoustic sound fucking heavy on that song, man. Just unbelievable. But I don't know, What Is and What Should Never Be. I just love Plant's vocals on there. I love the way it just goes from mellow to hard hitting and back to mellow. And then Jimmy Page has a real cool first solo, does a real cool slide solo, and I don't know, man. Just the way it goes through peaks and valleys of that song, I just love it. And then I love, again, I listen to a lot of music on headphones and just the panning between left and right, and it's just killer. So I'm gonna go with Zeppelin 2 on that one.
All right, Andy.
Oh, this one was easy for me. Hey, I'm Gonna Leave You. Fucking awesome song, man. And Great White also did a really good job of
covering. They did.
A fantastic job. And when you do a Led Zeppelin cover, you really got to nail it. But man, the way that Page is on that acoustic guitar, and with him and John Bonham's just playing them drums like it's an electric song. I mean, they're just da 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 da, and Plant's wailing on top, and then it slows back down, and then comes back up. It's just an amazing track.
It's actually,
I'm going to leave you.
Yeah, actually, both songs are almost kind of structurally like similar. They have like the peaks and up and down, you know, the mellow into the hard hitting. But again, man, that song, the acoustic, it made it sound like heavy, man. You know, I guess it has to do a lot with, you know, Bonham's drums too and all that stuff. So all those elements. So yeah, no, it's a good. I mean, again, man, it's like you can't go wrong with either song.
It was tough.
Mark?
Well, I love both songs. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You is just fucking amazing. Yeah, and Jack Russell's really the only one who could sing Robert Plant.
Only one.
Fucking A. But Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You, the acoustic is so, like Al said, make acoustic sound fucking metal. It's fucking awesome. But I'm going because of the stereo separation. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. It got me with the tricks, so I'm gonna pick What Is and What Should Never Be. And plus, Plant, like Al said, Plant's voice, catch your wind, see you spin way up high in the sky, and whoa, and it's fucking. His voice has so many levels in that song. He's fucking holding his balls and something. He brings it down. Fucking, I'm going with What Is and What Should Never Be.
I'm gonna make it 2 for 2 with Led Zeppelin 1. I fucking love Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. I think this is one of the songs they borrowed from, I think, but it still ended up being a fucking their tune, kind of in a way. I forget who the other writer was. But
Joan Baez.
No,
it's not actually.
Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That's
the name
Joan Baez.
It was some girl. I can't remember her name.
Joan
right
Baez.
It says Bredon, Bredon.
It was a Joan Baez song, and she's talked about
it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You.
I think she did that song, but that wasn't her.
No, it was her song.
No, it was not.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't.
Maybe that's who this. Okay, Anne Bredon or something like
Joan
that.
Baez write Babe?
Maybe she wrote it. I don't know, but it's still. I mean, Plant's voice in that song is just awesome, dude. I mean,
okay, it was Anne Bredon, but Joan Baez recorded a solo version of it, so you're right. But they took the Joan Baez version and did it though.
They definitely turned it into their own song, dude. So when you think of that song, you don't think of Joan Baez or Anne Bredon, you think of Led Zeppelin. So
no,
definitely go with Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. All right, next track. You Shook Me Against the Lemon Song. Al.
Oh man. You Shook Me versus the Lemon Song. I know You Shook Me is a Willie Dixon song that they covered. Obviously, I think the first time was they took blues songs and covered them and made them, twisted them up. Shit, man. I love both songs again, man. It's like, dude, how do you pick? I'm gonna go with You Shook Me, actually. Zeppelin 1. Yeah, dude, I love the blues, man. I just love how they amplify the blues, man. And they took the Delta blues and just put them through like Marshall stacks, bro, and just made their own. Zeppelin may have stolen, but they made it better.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't give a shit what anybody says, man. Yeah, if Page stole the shit, dude, he just made it better, man.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean? I was not 13 years old saying, "Hey, isn't this a Willie Dixon song?"
Yeah, nobody was, bro. Nobody.
Wow, is that the new Joan Baez song I'm hearing? Yeah.
I'm just, when I was 13, I put this stuff on. I thought how amazing these four are.
Exactly, man. So I'm gonna go with You Shook Me. I know Jeff Beck actually did that song, I think, on his first album as well, wasn't it? I think it was that. But Zeppelin to me is the definitive version. So I'm gonna go with Zeppelin. Zepp 1, You Shook Me. The Lemon song's great too. I love the Lemon song, but I don't know, man. It's tough.
All right, Andy.
You know, as much as I like Rod Stewart, he sure as hell ain't no Robert Plant. Not even close. Not even close. I'm gonna go with my pick is going to be "You Shook Me All Night Long."
Yeah.
Love it, man. I just love it. Off of Zeppelin 1. You shook me, baby. And then he does his harmonica and then the keyboards. It's just a great track, man. Amazing song. Amazing song. You Shook Me. Off of Zeppelin 1.
All right, Mark.
Well, the Lemon song is a lot of blues songs they took from too. Like
Lemon. That's another. Yeah,
you
that might
squeeze
be-
my lemon,
even
I
be
fall
another-
right out of bed.
that might
you
even
know?
be another Willie Dixon song. Maybe.
Yeah.
Or Muddy Waters or somebody like that.
God dang, I love you shook me. I'm like, wow. I like the fucking voice, but fuck. The Lemon song is just way too sexy. So I'm fucking taking the Lemon song on that. I love both songs, but I have to take the Lemon song on this one.
Yeah, this one was actually the hardest one for me, I think, on the whole album. But I definitely settled. I finally settled, I should say, on the Lemon song, dude. I love that song. I love the riff. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, dude, that's
Just an incredible riff. But man, again, there's no wrong or right answer here, dude. They're two fucking great songs, but I think I like the Lemon song just a little bit better. So I'm gonna go with that one. All right, next. This is gonna be an interesting one here. Dazed and Confused against Thank You. Al.
Oh, dude. Thank You is a beautiful ballad, but Days Confused is just a fucking epic. I mean, I love the live version, but I mean, even the studio versions, I gotta go Days and Confused, man. That's just like Page's, like he did that in the Yardbirds first, actually, and brought it to Zeppelin. So actually, it's funny that I posted the Yardbird version on my page the other day. And it's funny to hear a Yardbirds version, like different lyrics, but then Page is like doing the bow and everything. It's like pretty cool, man. But yeah, I gotta go Dazed and Confused, man. As much as I love Thank You, and it's a beautiful ballad. I mean, it could, it's just Dazed and Confused, it's just killer,
Right.
man. That's my pick.
All right, Andy.
For me, Thank You is a beautiful song. In fact, my cousin played it at the end of his wedding as people were walking out. He played Thank You. But man, I tell you something. I don't care if Days Confused is 8 minutes long, 23 minutes long, 29 minutes long. I love this freaking song.
Hell yeah.
Always have. It's just a killer song. And it's a shame that Thank You is in this spot because I probably would have picked it if it was against someone else. But no, nothing between these two albums, nothing is better than Dazed and Confused.
That song remains the same version. The song remains the same version. When my older brother took me to the movies to see that, and I saw Page doing with the bow with the delay, like the dun dun, and he would hold the thing. That was the moment when I saw, I want to fucking do that, man. I want to play guitar, dude. That was the exact moment. And I was only like maybe 10 or 11 years old, but like I was like, I gotta do that, man. He just looked so cool with the friggin' Les Paul slung so low with the bow.
The fucking bow in his hand. I mean, that's
it was
iconic.
just like a god, man. It was like seeing it on the big screen. It was just amazing, dude. Mind blowing.
And that fucking bow was just shredded as hell at the end of it. It was so fucking
amazing,
cool, dude.
So Dazed and Confused for me.
Dazed and Confused, man. Yeah, let me make it official. Hold on. Dazed and Confused for me.
All right. Mark?
And the guys from BlackSpinner Circle say Dazed and Confused.
Well, right now, Zeppelin 1 was leading before Dazed and Confused 7-5. I think this is going to be a perfect score on Dazed and Confused. I might be wrong because I think Jerry has a special thing for Thank You. I don't know. We will find out, but I got to go with Dazed and Confused. It's too iconic not to take that. Thank You is a great song. Robert wrote it for his wife. It's great, but it's no Dazed and Confused.
Not even close.
Not even close.
I fucking love Thank You, dude. That acoustic solo is fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I love Plant's voice. I love the lyrics. I love everything about the song, but come on, dude. Dazed and Confused. Seriously? There's nothing.
Punked.
I mean, no, there's one of the best songs ever written. And the live version, I don't care, like Andy said, if it's a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour long. Every time I hear the song remains the same version, it's like what, 32 minutes? It seems like 5 minutes goes by before. I mean, it goes by.
Look
So
up an
quickly.
album side.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I mean, you mentioned all the cool things about Jimmy Page, Al. I mean, fuck, dude, come on. That's
John
Daisy-
Paul Jones at baseline.
all of
yeah.
them, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Boom.
But nobody
boom.
gives fucking John any credit in this band
No.
half the time. So that's why I had to
Oh,
say
I
him.
you know.
but
Boom.
yeah,
I give him all the credit in the world, man.
Yeah,
I do too.
Swiss Army
That band
knife.
that band was 4 parts together, dude. It was all of them. And you take one of them out, man. It's not Zeppelin, man.
And that's why they stopped.
That's why they stopped.
Yeah. Because
legacy, man. That's why they got a legacy.
Yeah, because nobody else can play drums, nobody else can play bass, no one else can sing, and no one else can play guitar in that band.
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't think they would have gone on much longer, but I don't know. You never know. But anyway, that's just hearsay, I guess. But anyway, let's go to the next song. Oh, God damn. Your time is going to come against Heartbreaker. Ow, jeez.
Time is coming.
Lying, cheating, hurting.
And
Again,
that's
that
all
keyboard
you
against-
seem to do.
against Heartbreaker.
Wow, wow. That's solo. Oh god.
Oh, man, dude.
Seriously, dude.
Ah, man, dude, this is killing me. Let me look at this, man. God damn it.
that keyboard intro, man. That was
I know
just
the keyboard intro, man, and
JP,
but
John Paul
Heartbreaker
Jones,
though, man. Heartbreaker with the fucking guitar solo and I'm gonna go with Heartbreaker, man. I'm gonna go with Heartbreaker on this one. I don't know, there's just that unaccompanied guitar solo, the opening riff, man. I just Page is just like just killing it on that, man. I mean, yeah, Your Time Is Gonna Come is great, man, but yeah, Heartbreaker, I gotta give it to that, man.
All right, Andy.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and piggyback on that one and go with Heartbreaker and add to it after that solo by himself, and then big old Bottom comes in there. I mean, it's just kills, and I absolutely love. Your Time Is Going to Come, but Heartbreaker, and especially since we are voting for Heartbreaker by itself, because if we had added it, Living Loving Woman to it, I would have went the other way. So I am going to go with Heartbreaker on this one. I just always love that song. It's always been one of my favorite Led Zeppelin songs, period. So that one I am going to go with Led Zeppelin 2.
All right, Mark.
It's awesome when you open up
Okay. Yeah, they're really both of them are fucking
Yeah.
killer songs, man. But that fucking organ that John Paul Jones does in the beginning, and that little thing, that sweet lead that fucking when he's going lying, cheating, you're wow,
Kind of like a
Yeah.
steel guitar type
that fucking
of sound
whatever
to it,
he's making that fucking guitar sing.
Yeah,
Yeah, the solo and Heartbreaker fucking rules, but overall, there's more good parts, and fucking Your Time Is Gonna Come for me. So I'm picking
Wrong.
Your Time Is Gonna Come.
Yeah, I agree with Mark. I love Your Time Is Gonna Come.
Again,
I love how it starts out with JPJ's keyboard, and then all of a sudden you hear John Bonham come in with that drum real quick and the acoustic behind it. Just, I mean, catchy as hell tune. I just like it. I love Heartbreaker, man. Like I said, this is fucking torture, dude. But yeah, I have to go with Your Time Is Gonna Come on this one. So
Another split,
all right.
man.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do the instrumentals now, I guess.
Yeah.
Black Mountain Side versus Moby Dick. Moby Dick, John Bottom, Moby Dick.
What are you trying to subliminally?
Al, I'm sorry.
This is a bit easier for me. I'm going with Moby Dick on this one. It's just that's Bonham's shining, like that's his thing, man. You know, and I think he's just killer on that. And I just think it's just a better song. Black Mountain Side's great, but Moby Dick's greater. That's my take on it. So John Bonham, Moby Dick.
All right, Andy.
Me and my brother used to laugh. Me and my brother used to laugh when Flint said that, man. John Bonham, Moby Dick. We used to fucking crack up, man. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, the best part about Black Mountain Side is communication breakdown. That's the best part for me. So this is easy. Moby Dick by Led Zeppelin 2 wins it for me easily. There was no question about that. I think Moby Dick is their finest instrumental, where it's not just Jimmy, it's the whole band, man, just going at it. And I was thinking about it when I was listening to Black Mountainside. I wonder if that's where Iommi got the idea where Sabbath, where Tony would put little inserts of instrumentals
Like
and
Laguna
songs.
Sunrise and stuff.
From Page and Zeppelin, because he did that quite a lot on almost so many.
Yeah, it was like the acoustic interludes, man, between like songs and
stuff
like that. Yeah, I mean,
like a minute clip, and it would have, and it's got its own title, its own song. So I wonder if that's where he got it from. But I'm gonna go with Moby Dick.
Mark?
I think this might be a clean sweep. There's more going on in Moby Dick than there is Black Mountain Slide. You got the whole band actually playing in Moby Dick, so I take Moby Dick.
I mean, people think of Moby Dick, they think of John Bonham, but I think it's a fucking cool guitar riff. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, the whole band's in there, man.
I mean,
well, except for Plant. Plant doesn't do anything.
As a guitar player, fucking Black Mountain Side is amazing, man. It's got that fucking weird, I don't know, some kind of detuning, I think. I don't know, but it's cool sounding. But yeah, I have to go with Moby Dick as well, man. Especially the live version, dude. That's fucking awesome.
I'm pretty sure Plant does something.
Did he come on with some way? Does he wail or something through it? No, I don't think he does. I think he's pretty much.
He doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
Tambourine.
Tambourine.
Yeah, I think he's down there probably getting a knob job, probably as his pimp. But good for him, I guess.
All right. You know what the score is right now? 113 to 11. Pretty.
All right, so I hope I'm getting this order right here. We're going to find out if I get it right here.
I got it written down.
Communication breakdown versus living, love, and May. She's just a woman.
I thought it was Ramble On.
Ramble On.
Communication breakdown against Ramble On. Ow.
There you
Ooh.
go.
Wow. Communication breakdown versus Ramble On. I'm gonna go with communication breakdown on this one. I love Ramble On though. I love Ramble On, but to me, communication breakdown is like it was like metal before like metal. You know what I mean? Like it was definitely like a pre-metal. I mean, Zeppelin was called metal back in the day. I remember as a kid, they did get thrown in that tag, even though they hated that. And I agree that like I mean they were just such a diverse band. They covered a lot of ground. Folk, blues, metal, that's a full on. It's kind of like Sabbath wrote Paranoid kind of as a brother to that in a way. It's almost kind of the same kind of feeling and riff, dude. So I'm gonna go with that one. I mean, shit, man, fucking Ramble On is so great though, like the lyrics and that and stuff. But I'm just gonna go with my first instinct, just go with Zeppelin 1 on that one.
All right, Andy.
Oh, this one was easy for me. I will take the raw, hard rock, metal sounding of communication breakdown over a narration of Lord of the Rings any day.
And the darkest depths of Moda.
I don't
Gollum,
know
the
what
evil
was,
one.
or Gollum. I said, what the hell is it talking about?
I never knew until Lord of the Rings came out, the movie.
Exactly.
I never read the book.
I didn't know that either, Jerry.
Tolkien,
And when I went listen to oh wait, they're talking about Lord of the Rings. They did that several times on the album, so
yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to go with Zeppelin 1 on that one. Communication breakdown. Just the wailing by by Plant is just wailing.
Yeah,
and
he's
it's
just fucking going
weird.
nuts, man.
And
What?
he's going nuts back to
Yeah.
just going off the rails on that track. So communication breakdown.
All right, Mark.
I'm gonna go with Andy and Al. Man, Communication Breakdown is just a fucking banger of a song. I love Ramble On, and I actually didn't know that was Lord of the Rings till after I saw the movies. And I've listened to that song for like 15 years.
Yeah, I know,
shit.
right?
I go, what the fuck? And then I found out fucking Styx did All Hail to the Lords of the Rings. And fucking what is that with that book? God
Well,
damn.
Rush had Rivendell too.
I know. It's
Total
like-
Tolkien.
It's like
Yeah.
A lot
God
of bands
damn.
were influenced by
Yeah,
that,
Elvis.
man.
I didn't know all this till I saw the movies. So I was like, damn. And all those 3 songs came up. I'm like, my God, they're talking about Lord of the Rings. I go,
Yeah.
that's cool because I like the movies, but I'm going
I
with
just
communicate.
I just saw the first 3. I didn't go into the Hobbit and Hobbit.
Oh, the
Hill.
Hobbit ones are really good, dude.
I
They're
never
really
saw
good.
it.
Fucking
They're
3
really good.
snooze fests. I had to sit through with my daughter, but I was quality time with my daughter, so I guess I can't complain.
Well, that's
lot
it.
of
Communication
quality
breakdown.
a lot of quality time. It's
Yeah.
like the 5-hour version and the 6-hour version comes out. They oh fuck.
Oh, I like the director's cut better. You get to see them smoking weed. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, whatever. It's just
I'm a nerd.
Whatever.
Whatever.
I was
Lord of
never
the-
into that medieval movie type.
I
of
don't
stuff.
like the
Listen,
show. I don't like the show on Amazon. It's horrible, but the movies are good.
I never was either, Jerry. And that's weird because I love it so much, and I really don't get into that fantasy medieval
Yeah.
stuff at all. So
I was
very
never big on Game of Thrones. Everybody loved it. I'm
Oh,
like,
Game of
eh.
Thrones is awesome.
Oh, I've
whatever.
never seen an episode.
House
of
of
that.
Dragons really good too.
All right.
Oh,
Anyway,
Because you
get
don't
back-
like Highlander. You guys don't like Highlander.
I do like Highlander. I
So
love
why don't you like
Highlander,
those
actually.
movies? There you go.
I don't know. I guess Highlander was kind of like some of it was, in modern times.
Well, they're
I guess, so.
remaking that movie.
Anyway, where are we at?
You're on.
just-
You're
what?
picking yours,
I
Jerry.
am. I mean, people bitch about. I love Ramble On, by the way. It's fucking great too. But people say Zeppelin rips off songs, this and that. But Communication Breakdown is 100% Led Zeppelin right there, man, and it rules. Fast, hard, just energetic, up your fucking face, dude. One of the best songs they have. Communication Breakdown by a fucking long mile.
Up their fucking face.
Yeah.
Look,
But anyway,
I don't think 2 can come back from this.
all right,
Just saying.
go ahead, Mark. I don't know. It's I Can't Quit You Baby against Living Loving Maid. Is that the one?
Heck yeah.
Okay, I Can't Quit You Baby against Living Loving Maid. Al.
This one's easy, man. I'm gonna go with I Can't Quit You, Baby. Yeah, that I Living Like Maid's all right, but like even the band themselves always kind of called that kind of a little bit of a filler throwaway song. I don't even know if they ever even performed that live. I don't remember.
I know Robert Plant hated it. Yeah.
I'd have to go back to the bootlegs, and I don't remember them playing it live because I know they do play Heartbreaker, and then I think they would cut it off and go into something else. So, but anyway, I Can't Quit You, Baby, man. I love that song, man. It's like pure, total fucking blues, like hard blues, and I love Plant on there, Page, everybody. So I'm gonna go with Oh, I Can't Quit You, Baby.
That's a Willie Dixon song, right?
Yeah.
Willie
That's
Dixon
pure-
song, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. And he has the lone writing credit on here too. So
Oh, that's the fucking thing's right in front of me. Why don't I look? All right, Andy.
I Can't Quit You, Baby, easily because I don't like Living Loving Maid at all. And in fact,
So
when
you
it was
better
on
lay
the
your
radio, I would
money
change it.
down. Sorry,
So, yeah.
I had to sing it. Mark.
I Can't Quit You, Baby.
I'm going with I Can't Quit You, Baby. I do like Living Loving Maid, but it has to. I don't want to hear it separate. I'll hear it with the Heartbreaker. It's by itself. It's
you do have to hear him back to back.
You got to hear him back to back.
It's just so ingrained. It's so ingrained. The radio always played it that way and stuff. So
It's like
If
Floyd.
if you got
it's
that,
like
it's funny though. If you got that first Zeppelin box set, the 4-disc Zeppelin box set,
Yeah.
where it was all
Yeah.
like the songs, like it wasn't complete albums. It was just like they went from Heartbreaker, I think, into Communication Breakdown.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
didn't
yeah?
do it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Page like switched it up. He did a track listing like completely pretty. It's actually a pretty cool box set to listen to. Like if you want to, listen to like just a nice playlist of them. I love the transition of like the way he grouped the songs. It was really cool. Page did a nice job on it. That was actually one of the first box sets I ever bought.
Me
One of the
too.
early.
That
That one and Clapton Crossroads. That was like the first box sets I
mine was
bought.
Springsteen and that one, the Springsteen Live.
Yeah, mine was the Zeppelin one and the Journey one. They came out around.
Oh,
the
I
same
had the
time, I
Journey
remember.
one too, man.
The time.
Yeah.
Time
They had
plus
Robert
something or
Fleischman's
times,
version
yeah.
of Wheel in the
It
Sky
did,
on
yeah.
there.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna agree with you guys. I Can't Quit You, Baby, man, because I agree. Live and Let It May belongs behind Heartbreaker, and I don't hate the song. I actually like Live and Let It May. It's cool. You better lay your money down. It's a cool tune. But yeah, I Can't Quit You, Baby by a not a solid mile, but a good distance. Anyway, I guess this is the last one. How many more times against Bring It On Home, Al?
Ooh, that is a tough one, man, because I love both ending songs on this album. Wow. Fuck, dude. This is a hard one. To me, this might be one of the hardest ones on the whole back and forth, man. I love both songs, man. Oh man. Man. What the hell am I gonna go with on this one?
I thought this would be easier for you. That's weird.
No, man. I love both songs, man.
This whole battle has been just like
I
excruciating.
think ultimately I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah. I love the beginning of that, like you just dun, 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 and then Plant on a harmonica and just his weird vocal, like it's almost his vocals going through like this weird effect, where it's almost like he's mumbling in a way, like singing.
I think they slow it down, don't they, a little bit? How to do it?
I'm
Like
sure
they did
Page.
no-
I'm
like
sure
they
Page.
did no order.
I'm sure Page manipulated something on that recording. He's pretty inventive with that stuff. I just love, and then when it goes into that's like one of the that riff is just fucking amazing, man. But again, how many more times, dude? It's just like that starts off with the John Paul Jones doom 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 doom, doom. And then the riff on that, yeah. Oh my god, dude, man.
Rose.
I'm almost tempted to freaking go back to how many more times, man.
Dude.
There's a video on YouTube, like I said, performing that song on their tour. It's just
Oh God, dude, Page going off in that.
You know what? I'm gonna switch, man. I'm going to one. I'm going to how many more times, dude? It's just unbelievable. I think that I don't know. It's just so tough. I'm gonna go with that one, man.
Smart move.
Andy, go ahead, man. I gotta go. Again, I don't pre like listen to these things. Like if I know the albums really well, I don't rehearse this shit, man. I don't. So it's really off the fucking gut. I'm going with one, man. Zeppelin one.
How many more times, man?
There you go, man.
But I was right. This one I did go back and forth on. I did hear the songs a couple more times because I absolutely love Bring It On Home. I really do. I think it's a really good song, but man, how many more times is just dynamic, man. It just
and then Plant
is going on.
And then Plant with that scream, dude, like dude, he just goes through the stratosphere on that one, man.
I think I've said this before. If you look at the back, you see all their names except for Plant. His is in white.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. It was something to do with contracts or something back then. He wasn't allowed to take. He wasn't allowed to take any song credits or anything, writing credits or anything for it.
Yeah, and I had also read that they weren't too sure if they were going to keep him or not, so they kept his name a different color so it didn't stand out as much as the other guys.
Yeah, something like that. I can't
Yeah.
remember what it was. Yeah,
But man,
I think they made the right decision by keeping them. Definitely.
oh yeah, I can't picture anybody else in the whole wide world or in the history of the world that could have sang for this band.
Are we
Absolutely.
kidding? Sammy Hagar said he was offered to take the job after. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to start.
Well, Miles
Yeah,
Kennedy,
yeah,
Miles
yeah,
Kennedy
I don't
also,
think that's true.
Miles Kennedy and Steven Tyler also auditioned for Zeppelin
Nah.
too.
Yeah,
All
audition.
right, all right, Mark. What's your pick, man?
Oh god. Well, I talked Al into changing his fucking thing because
You
fucking
sure did.
how many more times? Dude, that song is so fucking epic. Is when he goes, "Oh, Rose," and he brings in the hunter. They call me the hunter, and you hear
Oh,
Bonham go.
yeah.
The Bonham's just fucking going off on this whole fucking song. It's just so fucking Zeppelin-ish. It's like all over the place, but it fits. It's like they just go off into a little jam band, and then they fucking bring it back to the original song. It's just so fucking amazing. It's one of my favorite all-time Zeppelin songs. I remember, I think I told the story before. I was playing what's his name? Paul Rogers he did the Hunter on his Muddy Waters blues album, and he was singing that. My friend goes, "Why is he ripping off Zeppelin?" And I go, "Dude, no, that Zeppelin used his song." And he goes, "No, that's not true. There was no internet to prove my point to him, but if you're listening, you were wrong." But I go with how many more times?
I guess we're gonna make it a complete sweep again. That's 100% fucking Led Zeppelin, man. I mean, just a killer fucking tune, and bring it on home again. It's not a slouch by all means.
No,
I mean,
not at all. Not at
that
all.
fucking riff.
I think this might have been the hardest one for me, man. This might have been the hardest one for me, man.
And I was thinking when Mark first mentioned it, I'm thinking Led Zeppelin 2, I think it's gotten beat. But then you compare these songs, you know, and the Led Zeppelin 1 songs are just a little tad bit better in my opinion. So
I've always been more of a Zeppelin 1 fan, actually. Like I like Zeppelin. When I put the two albums up, I'm actually more of a Zeppelin 1 fan. I like Zeppelin 1 as a whole better. So
Zeppelin 1 is just top to bottom one of the best
Zeppelin 2
flowing
is
albums.
considered the classic, you know, but Zeppelin 1, man, they were just like a band just like wanting to rip your throat out, man. Like they were going for it, man.
It's one of the best debut albums, followed up by one of the best sophomore albums ever in history, man. In my opinion.
Yeah.
So, but what's the score, Mark? What we got?
Oh shit! It's a fucking Zeppelin 1 destroyed. Zeppelin 2, 25-11.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, I would have sometimes Zeppelin 1 is my favorite Zeppelin of all time.
That's
It's
always
between
physical graffiti for me.
Mine
it's
too.
between 1, 3, and Houses for me.
Yeah. Physical graffiti is like the accumulation of all their styles, I think.
Well, take off the crunch, maybe Houses would be up there for me.
Houses is definitely up there. That's fucking great album.
But the crunch, dude, it takes away the.
I like the crunch.
Oh,
dude.
Oh yeah, me too. I love every track on that song.
You know what? Just blow up the fucking bridge. Blow it up. You don't have one.
The only Zeppelin song I can do without is Carousel Ambra, man. It's the only song I don't care about.
Well, I
like that one.
I like
Hot Dog. I like Hot Dog.
Well, I don't like Hot Dog.
I used to do Hot Dog in a band that I was in.
With some chili and cheese on the hot dog.
Oh, Hot Dog. Cool tune, dude.
It was them doing Rockabilly, man. You know.
Yeah. And then they tried to do James Brown. It didn't work either. But go ahead.
It worked 100%.
Oh yeah, you guys are in the minority in that one because I know that vote.
I live in the minority. I'm all right.
That's fine.
My man so yeah, dude. I mean, Zeppelin 1's always been has the edge over 2 for me. So
yeah,
yeah.
Hey guys, y'all were pulling up the newly remastered. Did that also come with a live?
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Zeppelin 1, the deluxe edition, highly recommended because it has the second disc is a concert from Paris in '69.
Yeah, I have that CD.
Just killer, man, killer.
Yeah, it has like Heartbreaker and Moby Dick on it and stuff like that live. Yeah,
I think if you were going to pick, I think the best deluxe editions of the Zeppelin catalog because Page was kind of scraping scraping some scraps to put but I think Zeppelin 1 and I think Coda actually has the best extra stuff on it.
Yes.
I think that one, man.
I
One
mean,
side's black and one side's white. Pretty cool.
How was Hey What Can I Do not on an album, dude? That is such a fucking great tune.
Yeah, you could have took off the crunch.
I mean, I'm glad they put it on Coda finally, but man, what a
Well,
great
that's
song
why
that is.
that was one of the biggest things why I got the box set too. That first Zeppelin box set because they had it on there.
And Traveling Riverside Blues, man.
Traveling Riverside Blues, great.
Traveling Riverside Blues. So there was some couple of oddities on there, which was nice. When you first got that box set. Yeah. You finally had that like on CD, and
yeah,
stuff.
I got that, man. It was awesome. Somebody stole it from me. But that
actually when I got when I ended up getting the other Zeppelin box set, the complete recordings, I had all their albums in it, and I had those extra songs on Coda tacked on. So then I ended up just giving that 4-disc box set. I gave it to a friend of mine, and now I kind of wish I still had it, but that's a good deluxe one too, man.
It is.
It's like 3 CDs, I think.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
3 CDs, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, a lot of great extra stuff on there. Those are the 2 like albums that have the best bonus stuff.
Yeah, Presence doesn't have much on it.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, guys, what do you think? Do you think we'll get one more show from them, like another 03 in the future?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But man, I would love it. I'd support it 100% if they did.
It's just too many years have gone by now, man. I think that's just
that 03 concert was fucking.
Dude, that's 15 years ago already.
Yeah, I know. No shit, it was. You're right. Yeah,
dude, it's like
he can't sing that good now. He's with Alison Krauss doing a tour.
And he's not going to do that. He's not going to put himself through that. He's not going to.
I'm talking a one-off show.
No,
I don't want to say embarrass himself because I never want to say that about Robert, but he'll never put himself in that kind of position.
Robert sounded good in that last concert.
Yeah, 15 years ago.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. But also check out their live at the BBC.
I love that one too.
Yeah,
that's great stuff.
This one too, How the West Was Won.
That's a great one too, man.
A great one. A lot of LA Forum shit on here. It made me happy.
A lot of great they really do a great job on their compilations out there. The Mothership is great as well because they pretty much group up all their heavy epic tracks on that one CD. It's awesome.
Yeah, man. So that was our album battle, Zeppelin 1 versus 2, and Zeppelin 1 came out the victor. I just want to say, when I posted the preview of this episode and tell people what we're doing, everybody picked Zeppelin 2. And this is why we do track by track battles, because your opinion can change.
Until I put these on the computer here, I was thinking Led Zeppelin 2 was going to kill Led Zeppelin 1, but no, not the case, man.
I've always enjoyed Zeppelin 1 over.
I have too, man.
I've heard it a lot more. I know I've heard Zeppelin 1 a lot more than Zeppelin 2.
Like,
I know that for a fact.
I hate when people say it. They do borrow from other artists. They've been known to do that. But the songs that they've done on their own are just so fucking good, dude. I mean, take the Rain song, for instance. What a fucking classic that is.
Oh, dude, I mean, that song is awesome to listen to in the dark.
Kashmir, songs like that, I mean, one of the best. I mean, they're my favorite rock and roll band of all time. And so I'm sorry, I know you guys like the Beatles better and all that, but
I like Rush and the Beatles.
But I just fucking love Zeppelin, dude.
I'm more of a Zeppelin guy myself, dude.
And the Beatles?
Yeah?
I came late to the Beatles party too, actually.
Me too.
Huge on the Beatles back in the day, but I know their excellence, man, and I know they're a top.
Exactly. I'm not saying anything bad.
Zeppelin is 4 or 3 of all time bands for me.
For me, Zeppelin is in the top 5 easily.
Yeah,
easily.
They're 4 or 3. They're in my top 5. You know, and sometimes I take Pink Floyd out because of the Division Bell. I hate that album. But sometimes I put them back in. So they keep going up and down. Every time I listen to Animals, I go, oh, yeah, they're in my top 6. And then I listen to Division Bell.
Oh, no. I will always put Zeppelin above Pink Floyd.
Oh, I would too.
I would too.
They're
1 and 2 with me.
There's bands that drop out of the top 5, but Zeppelin never drops out of my top 5. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But, man, that was our battle. We got anything to promote, Al?
Well, I'll let Andy take it. I think we're going to be we were off this week because obviously it was Valentine's Day yesterday. Hope everybody had a good Valentine's Day. And next week, Andy's going to be on vacation, so we're not going to be on next week as well. Then the week after that, I think we're going to do the top 10 songs that have to do with number 2, that have the number 2 in it. Yeah,
I was gonna say it.
I was thinking poop songs.
That's what I was thinking.
No, because we're in February, so I want to pick songs that have to do with the second. It could be like let's just say Twice as Hard. That could work.
Yeah.
Or the Beatles, Two of Us.
Yeah, things like that.
Love Me
Anything
Two
that has to do with number
Times.
2.
Love Me Two Times.
Yeah. There you go. So
I get it. That sounds like a fun episode, man.
Yeah. So anything that has to do with number 2, we're gonna pick our top 10 songs, and that'll be in 2 weeks. So we're gonna close out February. We're gonna close out February with that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
like I'll say I'm gonna be on vacation.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, Andy. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go.
No, you go ahead, Al.
No, I'm Mark. Mark and Jerry. I know you guys asked me to do like a listener pick for next week.
Yeah.
I'll let me sleep on it, and I'll give you guys the idea tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
I'll think of something cool.
Yeah, because I'm going in the people who are on the show a lot. I want you guys to put your input in. You know, we appreciate you guys coming on, and we like to do things you guys want to do. We're not narcissists here, right, Jerry?
Well, speak for yourself. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, you're big sexy. I forgot. That's total narcissistic right there. But also check out the Freeform Rock podcast tomorrow. We have Pat Travers. What's the live album, Jerry?
But you know,
yeah,
that's it. Yes.
Yeah, we got that coming on.
That's a great album, man.
Yeah, we got that coming on.
Yeah,
so,
I was supposed to see him, and I got fucking sick. It pissed me off, man. I really always wanted to see him live. You saw him, didn't you?
What's that?
You saw Pat Travers, didn't you, on this last tour he's on?
No, I didn't see him on his last tour. I saw him twice, but it was already years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I was gonna go see him. I was thinking about going to see him, but he does a lot of shows down here in Florida. Anyway, I think I don't even know if he might live down here. I think.
Yeah, Joseph.
If I'm not mistaken, this weekend I was gonna go Saturday. They have like a festival. It's like a motorcycle festival in Sarasota, Florida. Here, Friday night, tomorrow night, Molly Hatchet's playing, and then Saturday, Grand Funk is playing.
Oh, Grand Funk! Wow.
I was gonna go Saturday with Eddie Canestracci actually to go see Grand Funk, but now we're hearing that it's like an 80 or 90% chance of like rain. So I'm thinking I think I might just switch up and go tomorrow night just to go see Molly Hatchet. So I don't want to be out on the festival grounds like in the fucking pouring rain. You know what I mean? So
it's too old for that. You're too old for that.
I can handle Florida rain. It's warm, it's hot. I can handle it, but like cold rain, I can't. I miss Florida. I miss a lot of it. I met best friends in the world down there. Yeah. Seen some of the greatest shows. I'm from the West. I was from the West Palm area. I'm
playing it by ear, so I'm gonna see what happens. I mean, the weather might change or whatever, so we'll see.
I fucking love going to. I love going to Tampa, Ybor City, and all that. A lot of fun.
Ybor City, man, and we went there like a couple, like maybe. Oh, we went there. My company I work at had our Christmas party there.
Yeah.
So it was cool, man. Yeah, it's a cool city.
Fucking, I miss a lot about South Florida.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, so check out the Freeform Rock podcast tomorrow. Pat Travers live album. Joseph Staub is on that, I think, with us.
Yes.
Like we said, 23-year-old kid knows a lot about fucking music. So check it out, man. It's fucking awesome. And also like, share, and subscribe. And also Freeform Rock Podcast as a YouTube channel. Check that out too. Jerry, take us out, man.
Just want to promote me and Andy's and Kate Dore's 3 Shots Down podcast. We were so close to doing our next show, but it's got postponed till I think sometime next week or something. Sunday, okay.
Hopefully,
but we're doing. Kate picks an interesting topic. It's about I never heard the guy until she mentioned it. Blaze Foley. He was an old like country blues grass type of country guy. And I watched this documentary and I looked into this guy's life, man. It's really fucking interesting. This dude was the epitome of the American fucking songwriter, dude. Really good story. And then my next show will be about Clive Burr. You know, everybody knows Clive, the Iron Maiden. And hopefully hopefully we're gonna get these 2 done within the next couple of weeks and have them
Yeah.
out. So
And then
Raymond
Phil Spector after that.
yeah, then Phil
But,
Spector after that.
Yeah.
Did you see that documentary on Phil Spector on Showtime? That's freaking pretty cool.
That's gonna be
Hey,
a hard one to do for me, but I'll go through it.
Watch a documentary on Showtime on Phil Spector, dude. Pretty cool.
And Jerry, are you send me that doc on Blaze Foley? Because I haven't watched it yet.
Very fucking. It's called Duct Tape Warrior or something like that.
Where's it at?
Because he wore duct tape all this. It's on Tubi.
Okay. Oh, okay. Great.
Just put in Blaze Foley, it'll show up on the search engine. It's
On
about an hour and a
Tubi.
half long. About an hour and a half long. It's really interesting. Anyway, let's get the hell out of here. Thanks guys for being on.
Thank you
Hope
for
to have
having us on, man.
Hope to have you guys on, shortly. The next, soon.
Well,
Let's just say
next
that.
week, Al's picking.
Yep.
So we don't know what it is yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up with some.
All right.
Cool. Looking
All
forward
right,
to it.
guys. Thank you so much, man.
All right,
Later,
guys.
guys.
Take care.
Bye.
You guys have a good night.
Sure.
Too.